people, I think, have this idea, like when it comes to East Palo Alto, like the greater culture has to come into East Palo Alto, right? And I think that East Palo Alto is in a place where it can share its culture to everyone else. There's a lot of creative people here, you know, artists, musicians, visual artists, rappers, poets, etc. And I think that East Palo Alto can really just export that to the rest of the world. My name is Scape Martinez. My parents are Puerto Rican. They're from the island of Puerto Rico. So I guess by default I'm some kind of Puerto Rican. I've been working in East Palo Alto for, well over 10 years now. I've been affiliated with the Mural Music and Arts Project since they started. I ask myself, what is my art every time I create something, because I don't know explicitly what it is anymore. It used to be just graffiti art. As time has went on, things have changed, morphed, has grown. I do a lot of public art nowadays. I do murals and installations, and I call my art urban contemporary, but it's definitely rooted in graffiti art. It's urban, it's abstract, it's full of a lot of movement and change and stuff. And so, I mean, to say that it's graffiti is not being honest with me, and it's also not being honest with people who actually do graffiti art in the proper context. So I leave it up to the viewer to really say what it is. When I'm doing my artwork, I use anything that is going to get the message across. Depending on what the situation is, depending on what the project is, that could be everything from digital photography and computers all the way to just spray cans on a wall and anything in between. So sometimes it's a combination of things. I might start, let's say I'm going to do a digital mural, and that consists of abstract art getting scanned, digitized on the computer, spray cans, on a wall that gets photographed with a high resolution camera. All of it gets on the computer and output on canvas on a grand scale. I mean, so it's like using everything at your disposal to get the job done, let's say, So my work, when it comes to, say, doing work in the community, is explicitly community orientated, and that is because of the culture of East Palo Alto. East Palo Alto is what? Primarily like Latino, African American, poly, right? And knowing that changes stuff. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing projects in the community and you're building threads between, like, say, the visuals, the design work of the various communities and bringing them all together and stuff like that. I think that East Palo Alto is actually is like a hub of culture that, outside of this little donut right here, is non-existent in the rest of the peninsula. It's like you got San Francisco to the north, Oakland to the east, San Jose to the south, but what's around here? Just, people with a lot of money and just very, just suburbs, let's say, but not a lot of explicit culture. And that's the one thing about East Palo Alto, that the culture of everybody here is pretty much in your face, and that's there's a beauty there.